Okay, hello YouTube. This is gonna be a Ganryu tutorial, and I'm not gonna waste much time. Uh, okay, first move, back to one. It is amazing. Mid on the last hit. Um, 12, 13, 22 damage. Minus 14 or minus 5 or minus 12 on block. Minus 7 or plus 1 or knockdown and hit uh, last hit. Let me show you that. Yeah, so you can combo with an immediate sit. So let me turn on frames and get her to stand up right away. Okay, so see, so she couldn't avoid that. Okay, so basically what you want to do is, that's minus 5. So basically you want to like bully them, and the mix-up for that is down forward 3. But we'll get into lows later, but basically down forward 3 is 16 frames minus 12. And because this is plus, it's only plus 1 on hit. But you can kind of do it. It's not real, I guess, but this move and down forward 3, which is plus 5. See, so that's plus 5, and that's 15 frames. So that's your main mix-up, I guess. Shoutouts to Saint from Tekken 6. That was like basically all he did in Tekken Crash. There is a down 2 there, but it's minus 22 and nothing's guaranteed on hit. The knockdown is pretty bad, so basically you don't really want to do that. So down back 1 is your low punch. So he has a lot of like down plus moves. So basically you want to note what your low punch is so that you can like set up a grab or something, or basically like interrupt them. So that's good to know. Standing 1 is 12 frames and plus 3 on block, which is quite good actually on block. So you can do down forward 1 after it is blocked. Okay, and 1 2 is minus 1. So if you do like all these punches, you'll always be at minus 1. And let's see if they jail. Crouching guard. Yeah, so they don't jail. So you don't really want to do that. Moving on. Okay, 2-1 is so amazing. So it's minus 3 on block. It's 12 frames, and you can go into stance, right? The main, basically it's like a Punisher. It's your 12 frame Punisher, and after this hits, that's forward 2 tilde 1, which is 16 frames plus 4 on block. So you can actually maintain frame advantage with that. It doesn't do any damage, but it maintains frames. It is a high, but if you hit this, you can do 2-1. And you can also, so that's plus 8. So you can do 2-1 into stance, which is plus 12. And we'll get into the stance soon. And okay, so moving on. Basically, actually, well, also there's the last hit, which is minus 13, but it is a launcher on normal hit. So that's actually quite good. So I got 9 hits, 62 damage for just like frame trap. So it's like 2 1 2 1 2. It is a high mid minus 13. Quite good. Also in combos, it's a wall carry option. Oh damn it! See, so if you don't want to do this whole string, you can just do this. Like say if the wall is closer than you wanted it to be. And also versus back turned, you can do this move. Right? Like it's pretty big damage. Like after this, or wait. See? Like that's all guaranteed. But this move is pretty slow. It's 30 frames. So, and it's minus 14. So you don't really want to do that, but I was just like demonstrating versus back turned. And moving on. Okay, so down forward 1, 13 frames, minus 5. It's not a bad down forward 1, actually, because you have a second hit, which is mid. So you have a mid down forward 1, then a mid kick. Minus 13, which is kind of bad, but then you have another hit, which is a high, minus 6. So basically, there's always that like law junkyard pseudo frame advantage with this move. So you can do down forward 1, 4. You can delay that. You can delay all the hits, actually. So it's actually not bad. It's not great, though, because they're all kind of negative. Like, this one's actually negative 13. You know, it's okay. It's not great. So at 16, he has this move. 16 frames plus 1 on block, and it's a mid. So this is actually very, very good because it's plus 1. Not much you can do with plus 1 because you're a Ganryu. So you can do headbutt, but that's actually minus 13, so you're actually punishable. Minus 13. You can do low jab, I guess, but basically the reason why this is good is because it's a pretty good range 16 frame, 22 damage mid, and on counter hit. So that was the 1 plus 2 is 61 damage, and you get Oki as well, right? So pretty good for 16 frames. I mean, it is Ganryu. You're not super fast, but I mean, you do have your down forward 1, but also this is a mid, and you can do the 1 option, and this is the 2 option. And they all leave them pretty close by, so you can get down forward 3 or that back 2-1 mix-up. Okay. And also after your 1 is blocked, you can try a throw. Forgot to say that. So you can always buffer it, like 1 hold 1, and then 1 plus 3. Not a great thing, but you know. Also, he has 2 into the 4. I guess I'll talk about the down 4. So after 2-4, you get launch, and after down 4, you get launch. Few characters in this game have a low launcher, okay? This is very privileged of Ganryu to have. Nine hits, 63 damage off of a, you know, it's minus 14, and minus 3 on hit. Normal hit, it's minus 3. It's 21 frames, not the greatest, but it does have good range. See from there. So yeah, it's pretty solid, you know. And they might not expect you to be able to do a low after your like 2-1 kind of stuff. So they might actually get launched by it. Yeah, it's actually not a bad low. Like these two lows, down 4-3 and down 4, I would say those are his like main lows. Um, okay, forward 2. I'm an OG Tekken player, so forward 2, 14 frames minus 12. That actually used to be safe. But look at the range. Minus 12, so they won't really be able to punish it because of the range. It used to hit grounded as well, so it doesn't anymore. Like this is like in, I don't know, Tekken 5, I think, or something like that. Tekken 6. That was a long time ago. But yeah, it's basically a good move because of its speed and range. Even though it's minus 12, you won't really get punished very often for it. Just don't abuse it. And running 1+2. So 24 frames plus 9. But the thing about this move, and also because you're super plus, you don't actually get anything guaranteed. You're just really plus. Um, and the thing about this move is that it does 35 damage. That's a lot of damage on normal hit. Like counter hit is not on. 35 damage, and you're plus 32. So I mean, it isn't great. It's 24 frames, but the damage is pretty big. So nothing on counter hit. So, but it's just like a big chunk of damage and a lot of plus frames on block. It is very steppable. Like if you obviously don't want to like do it too often, but you can mix it up with up forward 2, which is his homing move. Uh, 21 frames minus 8, and there is a second hit there, and it does that for 39 damage. That is actually a normal hit combo. And if the wall is like right behind her, you will get like this combo back 2-1 into standing 4, the old wall combo. So it's actually quite good. Um, just like normally do the first hit by itself because the second hit is minus 14. We talked about the grab. This grab, it's actually quite good. 40 damage, and they're right there. Forward plus 2 plus 3. We're gonna jump up to withstanding 1-2. So this move is actually a big buff for Ganryu. 13 frames. Okay, he has a 13 frame, so he is set to guard all on a second hit. So 35 damage, and you're at plus 6. You can go into stance. And you're also at plus 6. Yeah, it's a huge buff for Ganryu. Like his withstanding 4 is really good too. 20 damage, plus 5, minus 6. But this is such a big buff at minus 13. And at minus 14 withstanding, you get that. And this is one of the best. Can I say that it's one of the best moves in the entire game? Because it's only minus 12. It's 14 withstanding frames. Okay, minus 12. Look at this combo. Oh, I dropped it. Okay, so 8 hits, 67 damage, right? That's actually at minus 14 withstanding. So you do your low jab, and then you just kind of do that. Minus 12. So it could be worse. I mean, famous last words, right? But it could be worse. But minus 12 is actually pretty good on block for what it is. And with rage, I mean, Ganryu has some crazy rage combos. But 14 frames withstanding, you get this. 89. Okay, and that's with the unscaled rage super. So if you had less life, you will actually do more damage than that. Okay, like we're talking 95, 100, who knows. Moving on. um, okay, so down forward 2. His down forward 2 is actually 16 frames. Little known fact, it's actually 16 frames minus 11. It does launch crouchers. See, that's actually quite good. And just to note, your 15 frame punish is actually 4/4, 38 damage. So 4/4, and then you're at +6. I believe you get down forward 3 for free. So you get 38 plus 12. So that is 50 at -15 for Ganryu. See, that's 15 frames. -12 second hit. It's a high mid. I wouldn't do this in the neutral. It's just a Punisher. But yeah, down forward 2 is one of his best moves. I was watching Koreans play. It was Fakam Ram versus Ganryu, and one of the Koreans didn't even do down forward 1 or anything. He just did down forward 2 as his mid, and also this move, which I don't think is very good. But I mean, he is Korean, so, and he actually won. He actually beat the Fakam Ram. But anyway, so down forward 2 into. Actually, what I usually do is, that's a 9-hit combo, so that's 54 damage, 9 hits. If you were to do more punches though, then you would use that one. Oh, that actually does hit. Yeah, so 9 hits is the sweet spot for Gunryu. You always want to do 9 hits with that ender, and basically because it is minus 11, 16 frames minus 11. You do want to use these punches sometimes, and always end with the 1. So you do down forward 2, 1 2 1, and do 3-hit bound or screw, and then you do dash down forward 4, 1 2, and then if you do more punches, because you have to mix it up. Like if it's blocked, you might get launch punished or punished basically. So that was more hits. So you'd use the back 4-1 screw attack instead of the 3-hit. Okay, so basically his down forward 2, it's basically a safe move if you use those punches in that way of mixing up, so that they can't withstanding punish. Like they can always low jab, of course, but that's a great way to use his down forward 2. And 59 damage on his normal 9-hit combo from his down forward 2. Yeah, it's really good. And also the Korean was using this move a lot. 13 frames. It's -8. So it's actually like kind of a random move. You can also use this as a Punisher at I guess -15 as well. Like if you're really good at doing that. So 9 hits, 57. That's actually very good. Moving on, not much time. Okay. Okay, so back 1+2. That's actually I would say your main Punisher. So you get 19 damage and a knockdown. It's also kind of like a Fang back 1, but you don't really want to use it kind of like a Fang back 1. I don't know. It's like you will use it like a Fang back 1 because you get forward 4-3 plus 4 as a combo for 44 damage. Like, it is actually not bad, you know? Like, he kind of has a pseudo magic 4 in that respect. Minus 13 though. And also, like, it combos on counter hit if you do 1, counter hit 1. Interesting, right? Can't combo that, I guess. They can do counter hit into that. 31 damage knockdown. Doesn't work on normal hit. Interesting. Little things to know. And that move, 4-3 plus 4, it is quite a good move. Lots of range. A bit slow at 23 frames. Minus 13, but it does knock down a wall splat. 28 damage. So also, your other armor move is stance 1 plus 2. And you go into that 3-way mix-up again. I messed up the crouch cancel, but basically you do that into that. And again, like full crash down forward 2, one of the best moves in the game, in my opinion. You use that as the screw attack there, right after the launch. And forward 1 plus 2, that's your 14 frame. It's a minus 12 and a high, but oops, 30 damage. 30 damage. So that's actually quite a good move to use as like a wall break. It will wall break even like post wall break for combos. And talked about 15 frame Punisher, 4-4. Down forward 2, we talked about that. Talked about full crouch down forward 2. So forward 3, that's a new move actually. So 25 frames plus 5. And it does knock down on normal hit and on counter hit. It leaves them pretty close. I don't think that's guaranteed, that down forward 3, but again, down forward 3, one of his best moves, 16 frame low, very good. Another one of his best lows is actually full crouch 1. So minus 7, 20 frames minus 7, and there's a second hit there. So minus 7, minus 5, and it's a low. So if they're not blocking, it does 18. And there's a string there. You can end with a low, minus 1 on a hit. So it is quite good. So you can do like low jab, 1-1, and then boom, right? Your awesome move. That's actually one of the better lows in the game too, because very few characters have a safe low. Okay, so the stance. So 3 is 20 frames. Minus 12. And basically what I usually do in the stance is I mix up the 2 headbutts. So the forward headbutt or back 1 plus 2 headbutt. So forward headbutt is actually mid. Back 1 plus 2 is actually a low. And there is another mid in the stance you can do. It's the screw attack. It's the 4-1, just 13 frames. Minus 14 on the first hit, so you don't really want to do that just by itself. Second hit is a high, but it's minus 9, so it's safe. That's basically all that I do in the stance. Like the low, the stomp, the mid to high, which is quite good. It's 13 frame startup. So -9, it's a mid high. And then the forward headbutt, which it's 20 frames, -24, but you're grounded. So, you know, you might eat a stomp and then have to tech roll, but that's not too terrible. And moving on, because I don't think, well, the 2 is a high, 14 frames -9. Knocks down, and on counter hit, I believe it launches. Yeah. So you can actually get some good damage from that. Oh, maybe not, because I basically never used that move. Yeah, I basically just this and the lows. I mean, you have to mix up your hit levels. And just talking about lows again, so down twos, that is very vulnerable to low parry. But you know, maybe you're not playing the best kind of player, and they're at the wall, and you know, it is actually an infinite. -17 for all the hits though, and I believe they can even interrupt with like a hop kick or something. So not super great. And we talked about 2-4. Doesn't combo actually, so just note that. So sit 2. I actually like sit. Maybe too much. Sometimes it's my downfall. But if they're grounded, you can often just do that, like sit on them and then do that. That's actually not the combo I usually use. I usually use what is it? This. Yeah. Because basically after the sit 2, you want to use full crash down forward 2, because this move it does convert and it can do back 2-1, but versus a lot of big characters like Marduk and Fuckum Ram, you won't actually get that pickup. So you want to actually always use this, use what works. And the sit 1. It does launch on counter hit. That's the other route that I usually use, because say if they're really low to the ground in the launch, like Ganryu has so many different launches. Basically, you can just do back 2-1, sidestep, back 2-1-2, dash, down forward 4-1-2, and that's actually quite a good route if they're low to the ground. Like you can even do it after this. If I can do it. Yeah. So, you know, it's one of those combo routes that's very consistent. So if you're not really going for damage, like with that route, you can always do that route. It is a bit harder because of the crouch canceling side stepping up, but it's there. It's good to know. And sit 3+4. This is actually a great round ender. You know, because it has, I want to say priority, but it's like, you know, the hitbox versus hurtbox. It has so much range too. I almost hit her from there. But yeah, basically. And then you have another gimmick, which is back turned 1+2, 38 damage. And also you have that from sit. Let's try that. So if you do sit, which is up forward 3+4 versus grounded, and then you cross them up, and then you do sit 1+2, you can do a lot of damage against them on the ground, which is even more than like a stomp, right? And also if they're on the ground and you get this, The 2 is actually a guaranteed combo, and you get great Oki off of that. Like, see how they kind of bounced up, and you're right there. So you can do down forward 1, whatever, down forward 3 into back 2-1 mix up. So he has other moves. Full crouch 1+2 is a very bad move. 23 frames minus 23, and you don't really get much. See how far away they are? And down forward +2+3 is not too bad on block, minus 15, but it was better in like past Tekkens, like in Tekken Tag 2. See how far away they are? Like in Tekken Tag 2, you could do that and then crouch cancel, and then that again. So you could do like that, and then that again for a combo. But here, it's nerfed. Like you don't don't get anything. So, but it's still a good move, especially at the wall. Minus 15 isn't too bad, but it is kind of seeable. And you can do down back 2 into the stance. I wouldn't recommend doing down back 2. It's 29 frames, so it's very slow. Minus 22. Pretty bad on block. But you can stance cancel it. So say if they're on the ground, your actual best move to use is 1+2, because it will hit grounded. It's 19 frames minus 12, and there's a second hit there, but you won't really do that often. And also there is a there's a stance cancel option, but that's actually not a good option, because say they're on the ground and to do that, well, you're stuck in the stance, and they have the like momentum now because you're stuck in the stance, and your best option to get out of the stance is the 1, which is a high attack. So you're not gonna really be in a good position there. So basically, you want to just do that, and that's it. And because on a counter hit, you get, yeah, see, you actually want to use that combo route. So 62 damage, 9 hits. It's quite a good move. Minus 12, 19 frames. But if you get the counter hit, you get a big combo, and even if it's blocked, even if it's blocked, it can delay the second hit, which is minus 13. But second hit, you actually get always a launch, even on normal hit. So you can say, if they say, oh, I'm at plus 12 now, I get my 12 frame punish, you can actually do the second hit. And then $64 damage, 9 hits. So it's a lot of wall carry actually for Ganryu. And moving on, so it is minus 13. So it's minus 12, minus 13. But it's actually one of his best moves, because you can delay it, and you don't really have to hit confirm this. Like, obviously you have to hit, counter hit confirm it, but it's actually not hard to confirm that. Just the combo that's hard. Okay, what's next? And yeah, you don't really want to go into the stance, although you can, but there's really no reason to with the second hit there. Okay, next move, Deathfist, Ganryu Deathfist, 22 frames minus 6, and that's his wall bounce. It does a lot of damage, actually. 35. 35 damage. That's a lot of damage. And it's 22 frames -6. So his Deathfist, in theory, is better than Paul's because it's -6. And Paul's is -17. Moving on. So for your wall combo, you want to do 1-2 or 2-1, which is actually harder, but basically 1-2 and then that. So you want to do back 1 tilde 2 and just like mash the punches. That's your wall combo. So 1-2, back 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-1. And the easier wall combo is back 2-1 into a setting 4. I do that a lot actually, and if you can balcony break, you can just do the 2. But yeah, basically you always want to do as your wall combo. Okay, moving on. We talked about this move. Not the greatest move, but you know. So he has a new move, sidestep 1. 25 damage. It's a high, 17 frames -9. It's not great, but you do get a lot of damage. So 78 damage with the sidestep right. Sidestep left. It's a bit different. You want to do... you might want to just do this route. Yeah, maybe just do that route if you do sidestep left, but sidestep right is a lot better. Yeah. Quite a good move. It's a high, 17 frames -9, so not great, but it's a new move. Okay, we talked about up forward 2. It's his homing move. Down 1. So 25 frames +3. I wish you could go into his like stance and not his sit, because if you get a counter hit from this, you can't actually get a combo if you go into the sit. See, so there's actually no way to combo from that. It does more damage than 1+2, but it is slower at 25. So, but you actually get a lot more damage. Let's see. So 79. 9 hits 79. So it's a lot of damage, but it's just too bad that you can't go to the real stance, like after 1+2. I think 1+2 is better, but this is there. It's actually plus on block, like not just the pseudo plus on block with the second hit of 1+2, 1+2, but it is actually plus on block. And you can't actually go into crouching by holding down. It's just always standing, but it is +3, 25 frames +3. 25 is quite slow, so I wouldn't recommend that too much. Up forward 1, he actually jumps. Like, Ganryu has very few jumping moves, and this is pretty much like, okay, it's 18 frames -6. It doesn't do anything on counter hit. So basically what I want to do, like, say if you're doing like a lot of lows, but they're mixing them up very well, you can always just do up forward 1+2. It is -10, but you can go to the stance, right? So then you're -2 on block. So you can do the 1, which is the faster option out of the stance. You can do the 4-1. or you can do the power crush. That's actually probably the better option if you're at -2 like you are there. But basically, this is kind of your hop kick because Ganryu doesn't have a hop kick. So, I mean, he doesn't have that actually. Yeah, but basically, this is kind of like your low crush, right? Afford 1+2, -10. His other homing move is back 1/1/1, +3 on block, -6, -6. This actually will never combo, even on counter hit. So it's kind of a strange thing there. It just knocks down, doesn't really launch ever. So not a great move. It's 21 frames, also very slow, and it's a high mid. Not a great move, but it exists, I guess. Forward 3+4, 50 damage, 39 frames, and I believe you can't duck under this. Let's try crouch. Oh yeah, you can't duck under that. 50 damage, but you're grounded, and it's very slow. Forward 2. This is actually not a bad move. It's -9. And on counter hit, you can do that's a launch again. '81. So off of a random forward 2 counter hit, you get 81 damage if you do the 1+2 option there with that combo. Pretty good. But they are back turned, but 81. And of course, there's the other options like the 1 and the 2 after the counter hit. It's a kind of like down 1+2, you know, the 3-way mix-up. I just want to mention forward 3. Like, that's like an old animation from Tekken 3, like the old Kuma standing 3. I was so hyped when I saw that was there. And down forward 1+2. So this is 20 frames. It is hit confirmable. Like that Korean that I was watching in that deathmatch, he was hit confirming this 100% of the time. So personally, I don't like it because of its speed. It is very slow, 20 frames, but it's very hit confirmable. So -16 on the last hit, knocks down in wall spots, and you don't need a counter hit. I'll turn that off. Yeah, 41 damage knockdown. 20 frames is a bit slow though, but yeah, it's actually quite good. Maybe I should be using it. He has an unblockable stomp. That's actually the blockable version. You can hold it. So you hold down 1+4. More of a taunt, I would say. Down back 1+2 is his real unblockable. If I can do it. Wait. Why can't I do it? Down back 1+2. I thought that was... I'm confused. Would have skipped that one. I thought it was down back 1+2 for its unblockable. Back 4-1. -7. 15 frame startup. -10. So basically, you can use this as a poke. Like, it isn't just a combo tool. 15 frames, mid, and on counter hit, it's a 40 damage counter hit knockdown, right? And it'll wall break. It's actually not a bad poke because Ganryu, you know, he's slow, so -7 is not bad. Forward 4, that exists. It's more of a wall break. 32 damage, 17 frames mid, but you're grounded. Back forward 1. So this is a pretty short range move. See, like after reset. They're actually out of range, but so you're at +9, and they're back turned on hit. It is -14 though, so -14 is pretty bad, and the range is not good. So, but if you do happen to hit it, 103 damage without rage. So with rage, you can do his rage drive, which maybe I should talk about. So you're actually at -6 after rage drive, and you're in the stance. So maybe you can do your armor move. But it's a very good move. Like, oh, that was the wrong move. So 30 damage plus 30, I believe, is, but it was scaled, so that was 58 damage off of a low. That's a big damage low. Yeah. So you combo with the stance. It actually goes in to the stance automatically, and then you do the stance 1+2. It's down forward 1+4. Pretty good range, I think. Yeah, pretty good range. And his super also has pretty good range. Look at that range. Yeah, basically his super is very good. His rage drive is very good. Yeah, and you can kind of do this as like a. Honestly, it isn't very good. I'll be real, but the risk reward is there. That there's definitely a reward there, and it's good that I talked about his rage stuff. Back forward 2+3, salt upper. So this is actually an interesting move. It is 32 frames. It's very slow. It's very steppable. Its range is not very good, I think. Well, the range is not that bad. It doesn't hit grounded. Okay, it does hit grounded. And well, it can hit grounded as because you saw it didn't the first time, so it is hit and miss. But 69 damage, 7-hit combo. Pretty good, pretty good. It is plus on block. It is +5 on block. So because of its speed, it is plus. And another big launcher that he has a lot of big launchers, is back, down, down, forward, +1. So that. 26 frames. It is -18, but there is pushback, of course. But I personally love this move, but I just wish it would hit grounded again. It used to hit grounded, I think. It hit he. But it's a really fun move to hit. 76. It does a good chunk of damage. 76 damage. And with rage, player rage. Well, there we go. I think that'll hit. Or no. That'll hit. His super is so long. 92. Okay. 92. And I didn't even use a screw attack. But basically, if you do the stance and then the 1, often the super will reach. And that's about all I have for his for Ganryu. I mean, I have about 10 minutes left before YouTube cuts me off of my ability to upload this video. So, yeah, basically, I think they really made Ganryu a very good character now because, he used to be kind of a Dan joke character, in my opinion. Like, this move, like, I actually picked Ganryu a little bit back in the day, and I would just kind of do this move and just kind of stay down and be like, look at my big butt, just like kind of a joking character and just like doing random headbutts. Um, but honestly, this move, he's always had this move, this down 1+2, 16 frames plus 1, and he's always had this move too. Forward, 1+2. So, and his down forward 2 is very good. I personally really like this low, but it was nerfed. It was really nerfed because they're so far away after it hits now. It doesn't do anything on counter hit either. Yeah. Same thing with the down forward 3. The frame data is the same on hit if it's counter hit. It's always +5. Yeah. And so you always pretty much want to do down forward 3 because it's 16 frames. 16 frames is super fast. So +5, so you can do this, which is uninterruptible. But basically, this is probably his, in my opinion, one of his best moves. Basically, you want to practice crouch canceling. So this on hit into this. Basically, you want to be a bit of a idiot, like a bad person with this character, I guess. Just doing this because you can finish it. It's -12. I believe I showed that you get that for free. You don't want to do the low version of it. Don't want to do that. Never, ever. Don't do that. I've done it before, trust me. Basically, you want to just really abuse that. And he does have a 12 frame standing 1. +3 on block is actually not too bad. Yeah, like I think like when I found this combo, down forward 1, back 2 1 stance into that 4-1, into the dash down forward 4-1-2, 9 hits. Okay, 9 hit combo. That's a lot of wall carry, right? Like Law's staple wall combo. I've mained Law before many times. His staple wall combo is 9 hits. Okay, it's the same wall carry as Law. Okay, and arguably better wall carry because of the ender. Law's DSS forward 4, his legend kick, it often kind of doesn't allow you to get the best wall combo afterwards. And I think this move is great. 12 frames. You can kind of abuse it with like the armor move maybe if they want to attack. The armor move is the stance 1+2. I believe that's kind of punchable though. -12. But it's a mid. It's actually not too bad. -12 mid. I usually do that move because it's 13 frames mid. Yeah, his down forward 1 string is quite good. This is his grab, forward 2 + 3. I think he has another move. Yes, another grab, actually. Yeah, he has forward 1 + 4. So it keeps him +5, and it keeps him standing. But yeah, he's actually always had that. But I've kind of like erased it from my memory because this is so much better. It knocks down 40 damage. And I think it even might floor break. I'm not sure. I think it does. But this is a option, I guess. I think it's a 1+2. Yeah, they're actually both 1+2. And he also has this move, time with enemy punch. So you do back 2+3 or 2+ or back 2+4 or 1+3, and from there I believe you do this move, 22 damage. So let me see if I can. Okay, let's see if I can. Yeah. And it can do forward 3+4. So basically, you do the punch parry. And then down 1+2. And then you have the option of doing forward 3+4. But I believe they can block that. So basically, you have the advantage after that. That's cool. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, kind of cool. He has a punch parry. So you do the punch parry into down 1+2. I can't believe I almost missed that. Yeah, pedal press approach from behind down 1+2. That's cool. Yeah, he has a 10-hit combo. Oh, I messed it up. Yes, -17. They've really nerfed a lot of the 10 combos, the 10 strings, as I say. Oh yeah, you can actually go into a sit stance from face up, feet towards. That's actually kind of cool because you can always like do that into like the low for a launch, but that low is actually pretty bad on block. Like -16. -16 isn't too bad. It is a launcher, so I gotta talk about that. He has a lot of like crouching strings. -9. It's actually not too bad. So full crouch down forward 1, 2, 1. Yeah, I guess we'll start to wind down here. Only a minute left now. So thanks for watching. Oh yeah, I can actually do his homing move into his stance. That's actually not bad. -7 on block. So you can do like armor move because you're actually negative. But thanks for watching, everyone. There's my Ganryu tutorial. I actually like the character. Yeah, he's actually quite strong in this game. I've seen Tekken God Omegas using Ganryu. Yeah, lots of down forward 2, lots of full crash down forward 2. His punishment from withstanding is really good now. Like they really buffed his withstanding punishment. He just has bad standing punishment, which is 15 frame 4-4. Kind of a not the greatest, but yeah, he's very good now, even though he has just 10 frame back 1+2 as a punish. All right, thanks for watching.